All right. All right, there we are. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. So we have just been in this cold stretch, and we got a couple more days, and then they're talking that once we get into February, that we're going to have some 40-degree temperature up here, which I am so ready for. I will not complain about that at all. I'll probably be out in a t-shirt if it's 40 degrees. I'll tell you, it's just this weather, just no motivation, none. I mean, you just don't feel like doing anything when it is this cold. Not fun at all. So anyway, so like I said, we grind through it and we just try to get on down the road. Like that's why it's like in the mind, you always have to be like one day closer to spring, one day closer to spring. All right. Well, I hope everybody is doing well. Hello, everybody. Glad to see everybody here. Before we get started, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly. Or it was 54 here in South Carolina. Oh, I could. That would be like heaven right now, with what we've been dealing with up here. It's been in the teens. It's been in the teens all day. It's just a lot of nights lately have been sub-zero. It's just not fun at all. But all right, so I want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask everybody to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness, and we will, have a nice chat and enjoy each other's company. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people you see with the blue wrenches, which are the moderators, they will boot you out of here. So we are not going to deal with that. So just putting it out there ahead of time. All right. So, like I said again, I hope everybody's having a good day. Another thing, any questions that you guys have, all cap locks, please. And so it stands out to me when you ask a question. It just makes it much, much easier. So it was 4 degrees here this AM. Right now it's a balmy 25. I'll tell you what, let me look and see. Where did I put my phone? Oh, it's up here. All right, I'll tell you what it is right now here. I don't even know. I don't even know. I never even turned my phone back on when I got up, so that's why. All right, we'll take a look here in a moment, and I'll tell you what the temperature is before we get started. Hey, full of hope. How are things over in Ireland? Give me 1 second, folks, here, and I'll look at this, and then I will tell you. So obviously, I just got up from a nap. uh, Gotta have those naps. Yeah, Ryan Hall says there's a lot of snow coming for the East Coast. What he was saying too was that where it's going to hit, if things change and moves like 50 miles one way or the other, can make a huge difference. Whether we get a lot of snow or no, hardly. I mean, right now that forecast is looking. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute here. Still waiting for this to. Oh, see, I know it's so nice. It's well in town. In town, it's 1 degree right now, which means up here it's -5. So yeah, good times. Yeah, I'm like so done with this crap. You have no idea. I mean, the dogs love to be outside, but when it's as cold as this, I mean, you literally take them out. They're out there like 5, 10 minutes, and then they come back. They come back in. Ryan's forecast is going south of me. Yeah, well, where I'm at, we're looking at maybe 2 inches with the forecast along the coast. It looks like they're going to get hammered down through that area, and they can have it. They can absolutely have it. It'd be good for them to have some big snow down there. So yeah, it's just the weather's just been like, and you wake up and you go, what do I want? I don't want to do anything outside because it's just too freaking cold. It's just not one of those. You can get frostbite out in the cold like that. Oh, absolutely. You can get frostbite really quickly out there. But yeah, it's. I mean, I've been watching that storm where it's going to hit and make sure it doesn't wobble and come in. I don't want it to come in. I don't want to be digging out in feet. So, but yeah, good times. Oh, let me see that didn't. All right. Okay. So anyway, so let's get into this. We're gonna talk about a couple different things. There was a point that I wanted to make, that one of the things that happen in our society, which it is just okay. So Robert Kennedy Jr. Let's talk about that real quick first, and then we will get into talking about the cyber stuff here in a minute. He came out and gave a speech, and he was comparing what is going on with what was going on in Nazi Germany. I have actually done the same thing because it's very ringingly familiar. Where's your papers? Prove yourself that you're good and you can go wherever you want because you've complied and been a good citizen, right? So he was doing this chat on that and comparing it to that time period. Well, of course, you know, uh, the and here's the thing, and I want you guys to remember something. Now, I'm not anti-Semitic at all. I could give a crap less. Like I said, everybody to me is on an equal playing field. I treat everybody equally. But whenever there is talk about Nazi Germany and what they did, what do you hear about? Let's do this in the comments, guys. What do you hear about who did the Nazis or persecute in World War II? Let's do that really, really quickly. Okay. Who do you hear about? Not who they actually did it to. Who do you hear about every single time? So in the comments, if you would throw up there who you believe that the Germans persecuted, what you're hearing, what you hear about, right? So I'm going to give you a minute here because I've seen like 3 people have put it up there so far, so that's not enough. I mean, we got 406 in the chat already, so we have to, you know. Yes, JJ, we've experienced blizzard conditions up here at the homestead before. All right. Very good answers. You hear about the Jews. That's all you hear about. You don't hear about the political dissidents. You don't hear about the homosexuals. You don't hear about the gypsies. You don't hear about the different Christians that if they didn't go along with what was being done, they were done that way as well. Slave labor, then killed. All right. All you ever hear about is the Jews because they have a the market capped on being victims. I don't know. I'm not even sure, but the disabled, yes, exactly, Darnell. Thank you. I special needs folks. They took all the special needs folks and they euthanized them as well because they weren't pure. Absolutely, absolutely, you're right. I completely had forgot about that, but you're 100% right. So, no, it was not anyone blind and not anyone not blind and blue eyed. They had a lot of Germans that were not blind and blue eyed. Now the blind and blue eyed Germans were the master race. They were the hierarchy of everything. So yes, but that was. But again, so all you ever hear about is the Jews. Okay, so the Jewish segment went nuts because they compared, oh my God, the suffering that the Jews suffered, it's nowhere in comparison to what is going on right now. They went absolutely ballistic. So of course, what does Robert Kennedy Jr. do? He comes out with his apology, right? You know what? Be a freaking man. Stand by what you said because there's nothing wrong and again, this is strictly my opinion. There is nothing wrong with comparing that time period with what they did with isolating selecting out this particular group of people and a whole bunch of other people as well, but we're only going to talk about that group, right? Selecting these people out in what's going on right now. There is zero difference, because this is just the start of it. There has to be a bad guy. We've talked about this before. It's got to be the enemy, right? So anybody that doesn't do as they are told or comply, they're the bad person. And you don't get the special privileges to go here, there, or any other place. It's nuts. It's nuts. And what is even more nuts, in my opinion, again, strictly my opinion, is how many people go along with it. Like, okay, I'm going to do this because I want to go see the Yankees play baseball, and I want to go see the Rangers play and stuff like that. And if I get this, I can do whatever I want. It blows my mind. Absolutely blows my mind. But anyway, that's just, you know, hello, baby girl. How are you? Good girl. Yeah. Miss Hella. So, here, I'll show you guys real quick. There she is. And then over there behind her is Miss Pandora, I believe. Hi, girl. Yes, it is. Hi, Pandy. Okay, guys. I'm kind of busy at the moment. Yes. They have to be up my behind every minute of every day. So, all right. Now, that one, I get so tired. I get so tired. And then, of course, the actress who's married to Robert Kennedy Jr., right? She comes out and says, his stance on stuff is not my stance. We're in love and we've been married forever, but I don't feel the same. Stop. Stop pandering to the crowd. I get so sick of that. Say what you say and then stand by what you say. That's my take on that whole situation. Stop sucking up, you know? Stop sucking up. I get so sick and tired of it. I really, really do. Because it's always, oh my God, we've upset this group of people, or and it doesn't necessarily have to be the Jewish people. I'm just using that as the example, but anybody that is offended, how's that? We'll break it down there. Anybody that's offended, anybody in Hollywood or a celebrity, or in a high profile position, they will get down and proselytize themselves to the crowd. And oh my God, I'm so sorry, and please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. My deepest, like that idiot up in Canada, apologizing because in high school he wore blackface as part of a play that he was doing, and in college, or was in college, or was he teaching? He was a drama teacher, right? Imagine that, dealing with drama. Um, he did an Arabian, so he did brown face too. Remember when he went out there and he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I know that it's offensive. It's not offensive. That's not offensive. People need to stop. People need to grow up. You're playing a part in a play. And if the character that you are portraying is a black character or a brown character, and you use brown or blackface, that's not offensive. Stop. Grow up. God, it's annoying to me. Anyway, don't get me on my soapbox on that one, guys. I get so tired of that too. It's just so ridiculous. But again, this is what these people do. They say something, they say how they feel, and as soon as they realize that it upsets or angers whatever group that they're offending, they're going to come out there and they're going to get down and, oh, please, I'm so sorry. No, you're not. Stop. So, uh, you can't offend anyone, but it's okay to offend white Christians. Just saying. Well, that is absolutely all right. Don't you know that? Come on. Whites are horrible. We're the worst people ever. Just ask the people that are in charge now, who happen to be, for the most part, white. How weird is that, right? And let's go back. You know what? This is what I would love for people to do. Let's go back and see what old Grandpa Joe has said in the past about the black folks. Go back and do your history on that one a little bit, and we'll see how wonderful and nice he is. All right, time to get off the soapbox. We'll get on to the other topic. I had to vent for a second. Um, hey, Had. Hold on a second. I will text her. We need a Heather and Stella sighting. That's what I heard. So hold on. let me. All right, I texted her. She'll get that one, so she will pop in. Okay. Yeah, did Johnson ever apologize? No. If you listen to some of those tapes, oh, I here's another one, guys. Let's okay. I got one more to vent about here before we get into the actual topic, and we'll get into the actual topic. I do promise. Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt. For 80 years, has sat in front of the museum, the Smithsonian, right? 80 freaking years. And on one side of him was an Indian, on American Indian. Sorry, don't mind. Let's not get confused. On one side, an American Indian. On the other side, a black person. Right. 80 years that statue has been sitting in front of the Smithsonian, and they just removed it and sent it to his museum. I think it was in North or South Dakota, the Teddy Roosevelt Museum. They took it down. They took it down because people were offended. Really? Come on. It is ridiculous. And they need to stop pandering to the crowd. Oh, yeah. In Soul Man, C. Thomas Howell played a white boy pretending to be black to get into college. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But apparently, at now that would be, what about White Chicks, the movie White Chicks, folks? You had two black guys pretending to be white women. Oh, look who's here to say hello.
I was beckoned.
Yes, and there's Miss Stella with Heather.
Miss Stella with Heather, I'm the guest, and Stella's the star.
Stella is always the star. Yes, she is something. And then we got three dogs. So I got to show you guys this. So Heather sits down, and this is what we got.
Here, take the baby.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, you want to show her off? She's the star.
She is the star. There she is. Okay, baby girl. All right. All right. And say hi. She's like, nobody can see me. I blend in with your shirt. All right. All right. There we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, the tail's going. She is something else, that one. She is definitely full of it.
What's up, baby?
So, hi, Heather.
Hello.
Welcome. Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You have heart, so you're fine then.
Yes.
Oh, look at JJ's putting up your link for your Etsy account.
Oh, well, thank you for that, JJ. For those who don't know, I make jewelry. I got some stuff that I'm wearing on right now, but I've had positive reviews, so that's a good sign.
Yes, some of the people actually on here have bought some of your jewelry. So if you are interested, JJ, if you throw that link up there again real quick, obviously Heather makes jewelry, and so if you want to check out her Etsy account, they will. No, she does not still do curling full of hope because that was with the college, and then the last year she was in there, they didn't do it at all because of COVID. Were they doing it this year?
Yes.
No, they were.
But
okay.
you gotta be masked and got the shot and everything.
Yeah, so it's not obviously not happening. So.
Right.
She's getting licked in the face.
Yeah.
By Caesar. That's very nice. Anyway.
Oh, my shirt says, I gotta remember, good boys finish last. No meaning. I just thought it was cool. I'm not a part of a cult or anything, don't worry. Knows it has some Egyptian symbolism.
Oh, you better get down and apologize for offending anybody that's like anti-Egyptian.
Oh yeah.
we were just talking about how like lunatics people are turning into.
Since Heather throws a mean axe.
That's right.
So don't mess with me because I got good aim.
That's right. She's a Viking girl.
Yeah, big and tough with my massive arms, as you can tell.
Yeah, she is fantastic. Who in the chat is proud to be part of the human race? Yeah, right, exactly. And you know what? Unfortunately, I think some people are way beyond ever realizing that, unfortunately. But there are some of us that want to be part of that one race called the human race. That would be, you know what, guys? I want you to think about this: the trillions of dollars worldwide that are spent on war, spying, all those type of situations. If that money went to do good, to help people, what a world we'd live in. It would be fantastic, and it would be fantastic for everybody. We could, bring the oases to the desert, all that type of stuff. Heather, will you ship your jewelry to Canada? Mary Tyler is
I
asking.
do ship to Canada. However, the shipping is a little bit more expensive. It tends to be like $12 and $15, which I know is a lot for shipping. So I don't expect anyone to be handing over their wallets or anything. But I do ship there.
Yeah, it's just gonna, if you're in Canada, it's just gonna cost you more to get something.
And
Unfortunately,
that's not my choice. If it was my choice, it'd be a lot cheaper. But that's through the post office.
I like Lori Goldsmith. People are getting offended by their own shadow. Yeah, exactly. It's gotten completely out of hand and out of control. Um, but I am happy to report we went to town today, and I did see, was it two or was it three in their cars by themselves with their mask on?
Oh, three.
Three
Every
people.
single time you see somebody, he's like, oh, I can't believe they're wearing their mask in their car.
It is the stupidest thing, but it just goes to show where our society has gone. These people completely by themselves in their car with their
Not
mask
bothering
on.
anyone. It does
Well,
not matter.
they're bothering themselves. They're hurting. No,
They're bothering you.
it's insanity. It is insanity.
All right, well, I'm gonna
So
head out because it's cold in here.
I know I got the window open because the lamp gets too hot otherwise.
All right,
So
well, thank you for the little guest spot. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing my gorgeous mug.
there you go. See, perfect.
All right.
All right, thank you, sweet pea. All right. Yeah, I don't get. You want to go wear it in public and do all that, knock yourself out. If that's what you feel like you got to do, great. But when you're in your car by yourself, uh, had the judge block the train strike, it doesn't mean that's not going to, that because a judge says no doesn't mean they're not going to still go on strike anyway. That's that is amazes me how that works. How does that work? I don't understand. No idea how that works. All right. So anyway, we're at what, 574 in the chat. We got 200 thumbs up, guys. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that ahead of time. It really does make a difference again with the algorithms. So the more that we can get activity in the channel, the better it pushes us up higher in the rankings. So I appreciate it for that reason as well. Of course, I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. That's just part of the game. All right, so all right, let's actually talk about the topic now. Since we're 23 minutes into the chat, it happens, and I will never apologize because I will never stay on topic ever. It just does not happen. But we should probably talk about the topic, period, which would probably be a good idea, right? Oh my goodness. Too many people wearing a mask while driving by themselves. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's just me. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Interesting times. As we live in, it just, I don't know. That's all I can say is we live in interesting times. So cyber attacks are happening constantly, not just here in the United States, different countries around the world as well. And let me be really, really clear on this. So we always hear about, hey, Freddie left you, just joining. Did you touch on New York Supreme Court mask ruling yesterday? Was a load of hogwash, almost comical. I did not. I did not at all. Pamela Sherry, Virginia voted in Yankton. Oh, hold on a second. Who signed in immediate executive order to stop kids from wearing masks in schools in several idiotic counties, including mine, refused to obey the rule of law when it is against their agenda. Well, of course, that's always how that works. Thank you both for your statements, and thank you both for your donations as well. I do appreciate that. You know what? It's never going to change, guys. If the certain group doesn't get their way, they just ignore it. They just ignore it, and they just do whatever they want to do. And realistically, you have to look at it this way too. And now I do realize that the majority of people have stepped in line and done as they are told, but with the mask mandates, certain people, I'm not going to mention anybody directly, okay, but certain people don't ever wear a mask, all right? And, no matter what, they have a sign on the door, doesn't make any difference. Certain people, like I said, again, I'm not going to say, anybody in particular, but they just won't do it. So it's the same thing. Even though they put these ridiculous mandates out there, some people are never going to go along with that. But it just it's insanity all the way around. That's just strictly again my opinion. I don't know how North Shore Preparedness is doing, Sharon. I have no idea. I have not spoken with him. He hasn't reached out at all, so I have no idea. But anyway, again, a mandate. Let me just be clear on something, guys. A mandate is not a law. Just remember that. Okay, mandates are not laws. And we're not going to get into the whole thing of any of it because I don't want to be accused of spreading false information or bad medical advice. I'm not doing either one of those things. Um, again, it's an individual choice if you wish to comply or not comply with anything that is being done. It is completely up to you. So, you know, anyhow, all right. So let's get back into um, with the cyber attacks, you have people that all over the world are doing it constantly. Now, in the United States, we've been and I love this too. They blamed Russia, but no mention of China. And China is one of the big players in cyber attacks. They're a huge player in cyber attacks. But let's get something really, really clear so that we understand the whole playing field. Okay, the United States of America, the I'm gonna use that for a while, just so you guys know. We are absolutely doing the same exact thing. We are doing cyber attacks. We have certain people, places that's what they're doing constantly, looking to get in to different things, to disrupt things and stuff like that. Or they're trying to figure stuff out, figuring back doorways to get into places so that they can use, that information to when the time comes pop, flip a switch. I want to share something else with you on that, and I want you to think about this, okay? And I can't remember the country that it just happened to. It's one of those things that you see and you go, that's interesting. But this is something that could happen right here in the good old U.S. of A. It could happen in the U.K. It could happen in Canada. It could happen, anywhere in Europe, Australia, any place. There was, oh God, I'm trying to remember if I wish I could remember where it was, but what they did, the government in this country, complete media blackout, bam, killed the internet, so nobody could use the internet. All the phones were jammed, so people couldn't use their phones, and all that type of situation. Are you so naive? And this is a legitimate question. Are you so naive to think that they wouldn't do that same thing here if they felt that it was necessary? That's all they have to do. They all have to decide, well, this is a threat and we need to shut it down. Bam. It was Turkey. Okay. Okay. They can do that same thing here. Flip of a switch. And so let's think about this for a second. Okay. If they can do that in a country like Turkey, they can flip a switch, bam, internet shut down, nobody's getting information in or out. Okay. I think they did it in Hong Kong too, if I'm not mistaken. Not 100% sure. So please don't beat on me if I'm wrong on that. But if they can do those type of situations there, they can do it here, which also means, think about it now. So this is a leading type of thing. If they can do that, they can do the same thing to the power grid. They can do the same thing to the power grid. If they come up with, we're going to do this or we're going to do that, that's it. Boom, they'll cut those lights off. And again, we can blame it on whoever we want to. We've already laid the groundwork. We've talked about that in a previous video. Who are we blaming? Those crazy right wingers, right? Those white supremacists. We're going to blame them. They're the bad guys. They're the ones going after the power grid. Because, it's not like it's not going to affect them too. it's just these things happen, folks, and they're very, very. Don't think because we live in America or we live in Canada or we live in the UK that they don't want that complete and total control, and they can do that anytime they want to, anytime that they want to. So yeah, blame everybody but themselves. Yeah. So when I always say to you guys when I talk about when I do my thing at the end of every one of my videos, and I say stop letting them divide us, right? And I talk about who the real enemies of our country are, or any country for that matter. Okay. It is big business and it is the government. And probably the government for first, and then, well, second is the government. Big business really controls everything. And if you don't think big business controls everything, you look at all the laws that are put in place because of lobbying and everything else, and billions of dollars being put in people's pockets to get controlling their vote to go a certain way, or to get the people that they want to get the vote going a certain way. There's a lot of money that crosses hands. Uh, you know, I'm going to mention one thing, and I want you to think about this, okay? Where is transparency today? Where's the transparency? If I am a certain company, and I'm not going to mention anything in particular, but you guys will get the gist of this when I'm talking about this, because I don't, like I said, I don't want to be accused of anything. But if you have company A that has a product that they're trying to force everybody to take, but yet they're trying to suppress what's in it for 75 years. And I want you to think about that. They're trying to suppress that information so that not until 75 years from now that what is in this product you won't know for 75 years. Most of us will be all dead in 75 years, right? Why would you, if it's wonderful and safe and going to protect you and help you, this wonderful product, we're just making this product up, why would you suppress that information for 75 years? Does that make any kind of sense to you? To me, it doesn't. That's where there's no transparency. But because these big corporations have all these government officials in all their pockets, they do as they're told. And that's how it works. So I want you to think about that. I really want you to think about that. So interesting information, just putting that out there. And again, not directing that at anything or anybody, just making a statement, just kind of something food for thought. Why would a company do that? Why would a company want to suppress the ingredients that are in something for 75 years? Just explain that to me. But then expect you to take it, because what did Biden say? It was un-American not to, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what his. I mean, he goes on about so many different things. How about the fact you have a president gets up on stage and hot mic? How much would they have eviscerated Trump if he had called somebody a stupid son of a huh? How much would they have eviscerated him for that? Oh, Joe gets a pass. It's okay. It's all right. Media would have been all over that stuff. Oh, the vulgar, disgusting president saying these vulgar, disgusting things. How many times did they do that? All the time. You know what I mean? Right. What does guaranteed safety have to hide? Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Again, I will always, always, always encourage all of you, do your own research. Follow the money. That's the first key. Follow the money. Okay. And then do your own research. And that's all the information you're ever going to need to know. That's all the information that you're ever going to need to know. But uh, so yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff going on that they excuse Joe because he's a senile old man. Yeah, that is for sure. Well, Ed, you just lost a liberal sub. Did I? Well, oh well. The thing is, and once again, This isn't the other thing that I don't get. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I'm not anything. I'm myself. I have my own opinion. I don't go on one side or the other side. I have my own views. Some of you agree with them, some of you don't. And guess what? That's called being adults. But as soon as somebody doesn't like something that's being said, boy, they flip out. They flip out. And you know what? See you later. You know, shouldn't have been here in the first place if you want to act like that. That's, kind of that's just my take on it. You know, I will not sugarcoat anything. I have never sugarcoated anything. Yeah, it's not political. It's just opinionated. Exactly. I'm giving you my opinion. That's it. And again, you can agree with my opinion and not agree with my opinion. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, how'd that work out for Neil Young? How stupid is he? Now, I like Neil Young. Don't get me wrong. I like him as an artist. I see, and this is the other part of this, guys, that I really just annoys the crap out of me. You're a singer. You're an actor. I want you to entertain me. That's your job. That's what you're in that business for. Entertain me. Be a singer, sing your songs. Either I will like your songs, I may buy your songs if I like them, or I won't. Or if you're an actor, I'm either going to watch your movies or I'm not. I don't care what your political thoughts are on anything. I don't care. How does that have anything to do with me? What, because you're some big celebrity person and you say, you know, do this or don't do that, and we have to save the planet while you're behind your big gated community walls with your private security, but yet you're going to tell everybody else they should give up their guns. I mean, this is the lunacy of these type of people. I don't They are so out of touch with reality, and that they think that they're so important that anybody cares what anybody thinks anyway. You know, it is amazing to me. So Joe Rogan, who makes a pant load of money for Spotify, they're not taking him down. They're not going to take him off the air. And there's the other thing with that. Let's talk about that for a second. So Neil Young has a certain stance. Who's the other? And I'll call him an idiot because I think the same thing. So Meatloaf just died. Okay. Now I don't know what other medical comorbidities that Meatloaf have, but as anybody that's ever watched Meatloaf knows, he was not a skinny man, right? So you have Howard Stern come out there and say that his family needs to come out and back certain things. No, they don't. They don't, because he it's beyond frustrating that these people. Yeah, Neil Young was always a rebel, right? So how is it now Neil Young is going to toe the line and do what he's told? You know. So yeah, so Meatloaf had all kinds of other health issues as well. Louis uh, Anderson, okay, Louis Anderson had cancer, but boy, I'll guarantee you this. Now he died of cancer. Louis Anderson did, but if he had that on top of it, he wouldn't have died of cancer. He would have died of that. I mean, come on, pay attention. You may have other issues, and that might be the straw that breaks the camel's back that puts you under the ground, but you didn't just die of one thing. You died of a combination of things, you know. Yeah, I mean Meatloaf's stage name was Meatloaf. Exactly. Yeah, he didn't miss any meals. But he was a great entertainer. Loved his stuff. I did. I like Louis Anderson too. When you see people that you grew up watching and they're dying off, it's hard to watch. Yeah, Howard Stern has always been, you know, and actually, if you listen to a lot of people that have worked for Howard Stern and no longer work for Howard Stern, they don't have a whole lot of nice things to say about Howard Stern. I guess he did not always treat his people very well. That's just from that, and it's a disgruntled ex-employee, and I can understand that sometimes, that happens. But it just Meatloaf also had cancer. Okay, but what are they're trouting out there that he died of something else. Okay, so that's what's being said with that. You know, Yeah, better reimbursement. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy, guys. And and you have these people. Hey, Jeff Emery, you're awesome, Ed, for the garden as usual. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for the donations. Very kind of you. Yeah, we're gonna yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, Randy Romines. Hey, mountain kayaker. New variant called Freedom. Uh, treatment, ignore the government, live your life. Yeah, imagine that. Well, they're already talking about okay, so let's talk about this for a second. And again, I'm not doing neither here nor there, for or against. I'm just making a statement. That's all I'm doing. First of all, thank you for the donation as well, Mountain Kayaker. I appreciate that. So, Bill Gates is coming out with saying there's going to be more deadly variants, or not variants, but pandemics coming down the road. How does he know that? Is it going to be because they released the next one? Oh my God! In Fight Club, okay, okay. So we're going to go Fight Club here for a second. So Peter Rouse says Meatloaf was great in Fight Club. His name was Robert Polson. I was just doing this, guys. Honestly, God, the other day, when I heard that Meatloaf had died, that's what I was doing. His name was Robert Polson. And if anybody hasn't seen Fight Club, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Anybody that has know exactly what I'm talking about. And it's just he was a fantastic actor as well. Just in that movie, he was absolutely fantastic. So, well, yeah. What tribe is Howard Stern part of? Hmm, interesting. But there are things going to happen. They're going to continue to use scare tactics right down the road. And again, it is there's so once let's just break this down a second, okay? Uh, the news in Austin is already talking about the new strain of virus. Oh yeah, they got a new one. Of course, there'll be this one, that one, and the other one. And but just remember, even though it's a brand new strain, this here is going to be perfect to deal with that as well. Even though it's a totally different strain and it's brand new, you'll be fine. Just do as you're told. Just remember that. Just do as you're told, and you're absolutely going to be fine. Insanity. Insanity. But we've gotten completely off tracks here in this whole chat. We've hardly talked at all about cyber attacks. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, it is what are we at? 701 in the chat, guys. We're at 319 on the thumbs up. If you would shoot a thumbs up to show support for the channel, I absolutely would appreciate that. Thank you so much ahead of time for doing that. And it really does help support the channel. It pushes us higher up in the rankings with the algorithms. So the more interaction with the thumbs up or thumbs down, it does make a big difference. So I appreciate you doing it for that reason as well. Of course, the fourth reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up. It's just part of the game. So I thank you for that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. When did we as a country become so overly sensitive? Whatever happened to agreeing to disagree? You have your opinion, I have my opinion. We may not agree with each other's opinion, but we still respect each other. We still like each other. We just agree that we're not going to maybe talk about that topic because we're pretty much entrenched in our views on it. Now, we might talk about that topic, but you know that you're not going to sway that person from their view, and they know that they're not going to sway you from your view, but you can still respect each other. Whatever happened to that? Now it's either you go along with what I say, or we're going to cancel you. Another one. Okay, let's talk. Wallen, the country singer, was like his records were taken off, going crazy. So then he's out drunk with a few of his friends, who none of them were black, and he used a derogatory term. And man, he was canceled. The music channels took him off the air. They stopped playing his music, all those type of things. And recently he has been seen with Morgan Wallace. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yep. Um, Morgan Wallen, isn't it? Morgan Wallen, something like that. But anyway, recently he has been featured with other black artists who said, "Listen, this guy's not a racist." It's so ridiculous that you know that people will with our the cancel culture, and this is what the point I'm making with this situation. The cancel culture is so freaking bad that as soon as you say something, um he was drunk, don't get me wrong, I know when you're drunk your real feelings come out for stuff and things, but he wasn't with any black people. He called another friend of his that. How stupid. But yet let's and I'm going to go there, but black people can call themselves that all the time, and that's perfectly fine. Now, if there was something that was so offensive to me, like if there was some term that people called white people that was offensive to me, which there's not because I don't care what you call me, honestly. But if there was, why would I call my friends of the same color that same thing that I'm so offended by? Does that make any kind of sense to you at all? It doesn't to me. I never got. But heaven forbid, wait a minute, you can't say that. Well, you say it all the time. Why can't I? You know what I mean? Yeah, Chris Rock has a whole show on that stuff. Yeah, it makes zero sense to me. Zero. And this is a zero symbol, not the white supremacist symbol, just so you guys know. And how the OK symbol or the zero became a white supremacist symbol because some lunatics decided that this is a symbol. Everything is symbols. Everything you do is a symbol. It's like not everything is what you want to try to make it out to be. So, well, anyway, crazy, crazy. It's a Freemason symbol. Yeah, it's really not. It's not. I would just encourage everybody to stop drinking the Kool Aid, stop watching mainstream news because you are being fed what they want you to see. It's real. It man, I'll tell you what. My life got so much better when I gave up television, and that's 7 years ago. Gave up television. I have not missed it for one freaking second at all. The ridiculous dumbed down commercials every 10 minutes. When you're watching an hour show and it's 44 minutes of the show or 46 minutes of the show, and the other 14 minutes is commercials uh, geared at trying to make you more stupid, and or they think that you're that stupid that you're just going to go along with all these stupid things. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I don't know. Like I said, I just don't get it. But I can tell you this: I gave up TV. I don't miss it, not for a second, not at all. Becky or Heather will go over with Becky and watch these different shows, and I'll walk in and I'm just like, really? I mean, Life After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance. I mean, this is the crap that is out there. So first of all, you in a huge country like America, you can't find somebody in your own country to fall in love with and get married to. You got to go over to Russia, where these hot chicks are going to go with you because they want out of that country so badly and want to come to America. Yeah, but they love you. Come on. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. And here my favorite of all time is you have these celebrities or super ultra rich people, and they look like 10 pounds of crap that you tried to stuff in a 5-pound sack. Okay. We'll just put it like that. This was what they look like. But boy, their wife, oh my God, she's a freaking smoke show, right? Who's 30 years younger. She's an absolute smoke show. But she married him for love. She did. She loved him. Oh my God. How do you get your brain washed without TV? Exactly. Yeah, it's a weird thing that I think I had a buddy of mine. Okay, I'll tell you a quick story. Me and him don't hang out anymore, but this was back in the day, and he was a good dude, not a bad looking dude. He wasn't ugly or nothing like that. Uh, started corresponding with this woman from China. And so he went over to China. They were talking back and forth. He went over to China, was there for 10 days, married her in China, right? Took him a while to get her through, to get her back to the United States. As soon as she got back to the United States, and as soon as she got her green card, she was gone. Gone, just like that. She didn't give a crap about him. She was just looking for that free ride to get over here. Now, don't get me wrong. There are cases where people have met, they got together, they've been together for 25, 30 years. It happens. I get it. But I am always skeptical of the intentions of people in that type of a situation. That's just me. You know, that's just me. So, anyway. Oh my God, we're way past egg count time. Look at you guys. You're on me. I'm sorry. I know it's like 5 minutes past when we normally. See, I've been on a roll. I got my soapbox out tonight, folks. All right. So you don't hold that against me. Okay. So let's do the egg count. Give me your guesses on the egg counts, guys, and we will go from there. My apologies. Give you guys a moment to get your guesses. All right. If you had the same exact guess as Prepper Mama with 6 eggs, we had 6 eggs today. That's it's been pretty steady at 4. And yes, Thick Neck did lay today. So we got our we Thick Neck is an Easter egger. For anybody new on the channel that hasn't watched before, she is an Easter egger. So she lays the green eggs. So that's how I know that she's laid, because she is my only Easter egger. So everybody else lays brown eggs except her. So I always know if she is laid or hasn't laid. So yeah, but we got 6 eggs today. So I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. And guys, it's been freaking cold, but we've been keeping them, like I said, we've been keeping them inside, just because it has been so cold. I'm not even letting them out in the yard to run. But my dad brought a German bride home from World War II. She took off as soon as she got here to the USA. Imagine that. But it was love. Bonnie, Bonnie, it was love. Okay? It was love. Just remember that. It was a love of freedom. Craziness. Craziness. Pinball's wife is Russian and has been with him for several years. And like I said, guys, like I said, it's not in every case. Okay? Please don't. Whenever I say, I'm not lumping everything into all in one category, I'm not. And good for him, and I'm glad it worked out for him. That's fantastic. It's not the norm, is what I'm saying. A lot of people have ulterior motives with that. There's always exceptions to rules. And I just said that a few minutes ago. Just said that a few minutes ago. Um, I'm going to stick with, a woman from the United States. I know what I'm getting. Hey, I've done it twice. I've done my time, folks. I have. You know, I've done my sentence. Rude awakening when they get here and they realize they're not free, right? Yeah, she loved her freedom more than the guy. I don't know. Like I said, guys, just to each their own. Do whatever you want to do. Feel free. There's no judgment on my part, but I just always say, tread lightly. Be careful, because um, a lot of times that's what happens. There is an ulterior motive. Think about all the women that are out there, and just think. I want you to think about this for a second. There's a lot of women out there that are widows, that are lonely, and you have these scammers online. They've been on Dr. Phil a million times, right? You guys have seen them on Dr. Phil. People will take their mom or somebody, onto Dr. Phil, and he's scamming her for tens of thousands of dollars, and she's, listening to every sob story, and he's helping her out, but she thinks that he loves her, and blah blah blah. It's over and over and over again. There are predatory people in the world. This is kind of my point. There are predatory people in the world that are going to take advantage of people because they can, because that's what they want to do. And if somebody's vulnerable, or like that, you know, It happens constantly. It happens, and it's unfortunate. It is absolutely unfortunate, but it happens constantly. My thing is, if I'm talking, I'll tell you right now, even let's say I start talking to somebody, and let's say I'm talking to somebody online. One of the first things that I would do if it was me, I would say, let's do FaceTime, face to face, because that technology is there. And if they start coming up with the excuse of, oh well, my phone is this, or I can't do that right now, and blah blah blah, then they're playing you. And that's how you weed it out really, really early, and you can figure out, um, what's going on. If that person won't FaceTime you and talk to you face to face, you're getting played. You are getting played. And yeah, it's called getting catfished. Exactly. And it's unfortunate, but it happens constantly. And there's a lot of lonely people that fall for it because they are lonely and they want to be with somebody and they want somebody to give a crap about them. And I get that, but that's not the way to go about it. That's just not the way to go about it. So yeah, get a cat or a dog. They're more faithful. That is for sure. That is for sure. I know, like, here, I'll show you guys right now, too, already. They're right there. They're sleeping. They're like, okay, we got our attention. We're going to hang out. And that's what they do. They're always around me. And you know what? They're loyal. And I was watching some of your older videos from like 2014 the other night. You've come a long way. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been quite the adventure. Quite the adventure. You know, and so again, gold diggers, guys, men and women get used all the time. So it's not exclusively men that are getting played, it's women that get played too. That was a point I was trying to make. And but again, do your due diligence. If you're talking to somebody and you have any inkling of a doubt, you start out with that FaceTime. And if they say no, then don't give them any more money. Stop giving them money in the first place. That's number one. Don't give them money in the first place. you know But after my wife died, I've been on my own. I understand that, you know. But Alex the gamer has her own goal. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Ed, where will you hang your reward for when you hit 100,000? I'll put it up here, back behind me, someplace, so that when I'm on, that people will be able to see it. Yeah, let's talk about that just for a quick second. Um, Hit 99,000 subscribers today. So we are now less than 1,000 away from that 100,000 mark, which is amazing. It is just like, you always see it in the back. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and now we're like less than 1,000 subscribers away from 100,000, and it is, man, yeah. Don't send them cash apps either. Yes, exactly, Terrence Parker Jr. Exactly. So yeah, we're getting close, and yep, the STD tattoo will go on me. Um, you know, the STD tattoo will go on me when we hit 100,000. So it is, right down the road here. Man, it's amazing though. I mean, it has been such, you know, the channel really took off, guys. Really took off when I moved down here to the property. We've been here 7 years. And when we moved here to the property, I was at 1,250 subscribers. And those were back in the days where you didn't have to have, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. You started a channel and you got paid from the very beginning. And once you hit your threshold, the threshold is $100. Then they would send you a check, which was like, ooh, how cool is that? But you know, so when we moved here, we were at 1,250. In the first 6 months we were here, I went up to 2,500 subscribers. That second year, I went from 2,500 to 5,000, and so and then it's just kind of grown from that level, and it's been amazing. It has absolutely been amazing, and like I said, will you live stream the tattoo moment? Well, the tattoo's going to take a while. I'll probably do it on video and show it on video, but so yeah, doing it live, that would take a while. I could always ask them how long is it going to take, but I probably will do a video of it and then post the video for you guys. So what I'm going to want to know once I have STD tattooed on me, how many of you are going to do the same thing? That would be no tramp stamp. Nope, not going to happen. 80K man. Nah, I don't think so. But yeah, I want to know how many of you will do the same thing. So, but that will be that'll be fun. Oh, come on, Joe. It's what? It's a conversation starter. That is absolutely a conversation starter. But you'll see. I think it'll come out. It'll look really, really cool. And you know, I'll add it to my tattoo list. There you go. All right, Jen. Cool. But yeah. Oh, 80K man says I got a Buffalo Bills tattoo. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, I noticed it's been a long time since I decided to do retakes on my. Well, I'm going to tell you, Paul. You know what the difference is? I'll tell you right now. I had Spectrum for my internet service before, and I switched from Spectrum to Armstrong. And Armstrong is fiber optic, and it has been. I've had no problems since I've gone with the fiber optic. No problems at all. So maybe all those times that I was complaining, maybe it was the internet. I don't know, but I know that since I've switched over, to Armstrong, it's been fantastic. So of course, now we're going to get ready to move, so I'll not have it anymore. But crazy. STD tattoo would get people to social distance. That's funny. You guys will see it. I got an idea how I want to do it, and I think it'll be neat. So it will be fun. So it'll, like I said, it'll be an interesting thing. But yeah, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will have STD tattooed on me. We are now less than 1,000 away from that happening. And how will I stream from West Virginia? I'm gonna have to figure out everything once I get down there. I definitely will do that, and you know, so it's gonna be fun. It'll be interesting, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I might have to use Starlink. Yep, I probably may use a Starlink. I heard it's getting better. So like I said, they're continuously putting up more satellites constantly. So I probably will use them. And here's I want you guys to think about something. So you got right now with Starlink, he has almost 2,000 satellites up already. You think he might not have something to do with like the government and like they said, hey, check this out, check that out. Wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all. Starlink is $99 a month. Well, if it is, it is. But as long as it worked, and the second any of them asked for me for money, I blocked them. Andrea Schultz. Good for you, honey. That's the way to do it. Absolutely. Because if they're asking you for money, then they're definitely trying to play you. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of games. People, they're in a fragile emotional state and they get used. And that's unfortunately, but it happens. So, but yeah, like any satellites out there, guys, they like you look at Google Earth. Look at Google Earth. They can hone in right on your property. You can look it up, your own property. Um, Now, Ed, you have to know everything about West Virginia now. Well, you know what? It's going to take time. Like I said, it's going to be, and again, a lot of it realistically is Red Poppy Ranch has Starlink for his off grid in Idaho. And how's that working for him, Peter Preppers? How's that working for him? I'm really curious. I'd like to see if that's because like I said, I'm going to have to do what I have to do. But you know, a lot of it's going to depend on how fast this property here sells. You know, and obviously we will not be making that complete move with everything here down there until then. But I definitely once the spring gets here, I will be spending the majority of my time down there until this sells. So he said it's great and fast. Okay, cool, very cool. So that's awesome. So yeah, I will absolutely do that because here's the other thing. Realistically, let's look at it. So somebody's like it's $99 a month. Well, if you have regular cable, right? It is ridiculously high for regular cable to have, which I'm not going to have that anyway. I just use internet now, and so it is, and I write it all off. That's all. That's a write off for me. So because this is part of my business, obviously. So All right, let's do shout outs. JJ's jumping the gun here with Ryan Hall, y'all. Come on, JJ, crack that whip. Get me on track. Um, yeah, you Ryan Hall's a great channel to watch, guys. Weatherman, a lot of fun. Really enjoys doing the weather, and you know, Spectrum is no joke. It's not even. Oh, are you talking about full spectrum survival, or are you just talking about the internet spectrum? So anyway, I'm gonna start off up in Canada with my boy Icky Can. If you would support him, that would be great. I would appreciate that. He's a really, really good dude. And there is Sean James with the Sean James channel and myself Reliance. Really good guy up there as well, working on his property up there. And The Outsider, if you just watched recently, he just brought his wife and daughter out to the cabin that him and his dad have been building. And I thought that was really neat that he did that. And they've been working on that. Also, you have 80K Man up there in the Adirondacks, close to the Canadian border, and he's a good dude as well. So I would absolutely ask you to go and support him as well. You have Alaskan Prepper, who's absolutely fantastic. Really just down to earth. You can't get much more down to earth than he is. Also, you have Alaskan Granny. You have Canadian Prepper. Canadian Prepper's got a lot of great information as well. Marfugal News out on the West Coast. You also have Magic Prepper, who is in North Dakota. I'm sure he's a little bit chilly at the moment because they have been getting with some really cold weather up there as well. Survival Lily, as well as another really good channel. Bjorn Hansen, fantastic channel there. Corporal's Corner, really like what he's doing. Southern Prepper One has a lot of good information. You have Green Greg's is a fantastic channel. You have Gray Man Prepping. There's also Pinball Preparedness. He's got a lot of great information as well. Angry Prepper down in New York City. A lot of good information with Jason. So definitely support him as well. The Economic Ninja. There is the Uneducated Economist as well. Doug and Stacy, another really good channel. They've been around for quite a while and they're doing really, really well. And also you have oh, Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Adapt 2030. Prepper Princess is another really good channel. She's got a lot of good information as well. Bushcraft Bear, even though the volcano is now stopped, he's still a good guy. We should definitely support his channel over in the Canary Islands in La Palma. So let's definitely support him as well. A lot of good information out there, guys. A lot of really good channels, and I think we should be all supporting each other the best that we can. We have Bizariza Jizza, Bush Radical, Girl in the Woods as well. Somebody just got on here, Dave Canterbury. Yes, that real good information. The Needy Homesteader, she's another one. Funky Prepper in the UK. I have not seen that channel. I'll be honest with you, so I don't know. But a lot of the other channels I have watched and I enjoy, and so like I said, I just think that we should be supporting each other, and and that just makes it better for the community. So, all right, so that's Full Spectrum Survival. I did say him as well. There is the nomadic movement down in Panama. They're a nice young couple. You have the Green Dream Project out in Arizona. They're also a younger couple. Kyle's Cabin is another one. They're up in Minnesota. Good people. A lot of good information, and it's really neat to watch what different people's perspective and what they're doing and how they're doing it. It just gives you more ideas. So I definitely would say let's support everybody. Okay. So all right. So that is it for now for the shout outs. But again, with any of these satellites guys going up there, whoever's putting them up there, if it's us, if it's Elon Musk, if it is China, if it is Europe, do not be shocked to think that there are not satellites up there to watch us. If they have an inkling that somebody may be up to something someplace, they are definitely keeping an eye on them. Prepper compounds, I would imagine, would be pretty high on the list to try to monitor to see what they're doing. Okay. That would not shock me in any way, shape, or form. So, that is, those things happen constantly. and they're not going to stop. They're going to definitely. We're gonna, they're definitely going to continue to play. I had somebody in the comments today says, "There's no such thing as space." Okay, thank you. Now go over there, make sure you take your medication, and you have a good day. I just some of these people out there, guys, and like I said, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but man, you just really just take your meds. Okay, just take your meds. Oh my goodness. Ah, so anyway, a lot of good channels out there. Like I said, again, we should be supporting each other. I really think that that's important. So, all right. Oh man, guys, I'm gonna tell you what. I wish with some of you that I could just sit down and be like, okay, how about this comment? How about that? Look at this. Listen to that. It is amazing. It is amazing. But it's I'm loving the Chronicles. Oh yeah, Mad Medic one. Yeah, Bizarrizza Jizza is yeah. He's got very interesting information with what he's doing. Very very interesting information. I think it's a good thing. So, but yeah, guys, it's I'd love to have that kind of chat with you, Jen. Yeah. Oh my God, if you yeah, Flat Earth Society says they have groups all around the world. Well, there's crazy people everywhere, Okie Forge. Just let's put that like that. There's crazy people everywhere. So they can think whatever they want to think. Doesn't it's like if there's a bus and hey, we're gonna take this bus and we're gonna drive off this cliff. Come on, jump in. There's some empty seats left. Don't mean you have to jump on the bus and go along. I'm not getting on the bus. Sorry, go ahead and have a nice trip. Do it on your own. But there will be people that'll get on the bus. So I just don't get where some of these people where their minds are. I really don't. Have you seen Wolf lately? How is he? I have not. Yeah, I haven't seen him either. On the chat, so I have no idea. No idea. Yep. So I don't. No idea. Well, like I wanted to mention something, and this is something that really touched me the other day. Okay, and I had a subscriber in the chat, not in the chat here, but in a regular on a video, and he had said to me, he said, my father had died last year, and he loved your channel, and he said my brother reached out to you and asked you if you would call and talk to my mother, which I did. In that conversation, I won't tell you what that conversation was, but he said, he goes, I cannot tell you how much that meant to me that you did that. And he goes, I love your channel. He goes, I watch all your videos. And that to me is really, really humbling. I'll be honest with you, it's really super humbling when they care that much, and it took me a couple of minutes out of my time. And you guys have no idea how much I appreciate the support that I get on this channel. And I know I also get haters and stuff like that, but that comes with the territory. But it's things like that that makes all the hate that I got to deal with worthwhile, because when you're able to touch somebody in that way, or have an impact on somebody in that way, and if it's a positive thing, and that's what you're hoping for, is that positive impact. I thought that was awesome, and that's why I do what I do, those type of things. When people have a disaster in whatever part of the world or country that they're in, and then they write me and say, I started prepping because of you, and when this disaster happened, we were able to ride it out with no problem. That's what it's all about to me. It really makes a huge, huge difference, and you know, to me, because that's why I do what I do. I'm trying to help people to wake up. I'm trying to help people not to be victims. We may not always agree, and nobody's ever going to agree on everything. They're really not. I mean, that's the reality. Nobody's ever going to always agree on everything. But if you can stick with the basic principles of what I'm trying to push out here, which is, you know, help yourselves, don't be victims. prepare, be ready for whatever's going to happen. Because realistically, guys, it doesn't have to be the end of the world event. And we've talked about this before. It can be something that affects you personally, and it's your SHTF event. Loss of a loved one, a breadwinner, loss of a job, an injury where now you are disabled and unable to go to work anymore. Uh, you know, Being ready, it encompasses all those things. It encompasses everything that happens. And so it's just a smart thing to do. It's not about, oh my God, I'm going to hide up in the mountains and wait for the end of the world to happen. It's not what it's about. And so many people are just so not with it. You know what I mean? They're just so not with it. Oh, you got the other boy. She's got the Gelkemeister.
What's coming in their room? I'm not gonna hand you while I
Oh, yeah,
get cats.
yeah,
Dogs, I mean.
Okay. Here's Mr. Gelker. This is Miss Molly's son. And he is a good boy. Solid. Just solid cat. But he's a good boy. And he's like the most loving cat as well. As you can see, I gotta move my hand. He's not trying to get away. He will stay right there. He loves the attention. He's a good boy.
Like this morning, he woke me up because he was kneading on me, and then he was sleeping with me as my little spoon. So he's a big lover.
Yeah, he loves his attention, and he's a good kitty. But this big hunk came out of little bitty Miss Molly.
And he looks nothing like her.
And looks nothing like her, but he's got the coolest coloring.
Yeah, he was the only one in the litter that looks like him, with like the swirly type pattern on the back.
Yep. So, all right, guys. So I did want to mention really quickly. So let me hand you back off.
Just wanted to bring him in real quick since he was coming to see me.
Yep. Really quickly, I just wanted to let you know when we hit 100,000 subscribers, there will be a big giveaway. Okay. I plan on putting some stuff together for you guys, and we will have an awesome giveaway with that, and it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, he's a big old Tom. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, he still has his parts. That's why he's got the fatter face. Yep. So yeah, he's a really good cat. So Daddy was a tabby, most likely. But so anyway, once we hit 100,000 subscribers, there will be a big giveaway, and that's going to be my way, again, of showing my appreciation to all of you. I really do. You have no idea. Watching it make that steady climb, and now here we are, less than 1,000 away from 100,000. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But it is very cool, and it's been just an unbelievable journey. And I cannot wait to start the next adventure. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I am not delusional to think of how much work I have ahead of me in West Virginia. I have a tremendous amount of work to do down there. But, yeah, you'll take the Harley in the giveaway. Yeah, that will not. I can guarantee you that will not be part of the giveaway. Oh, my God. No, I love my bike. My bike is not going anywhere, only with me. So, but thank you for, offering that up. But we'll have fun. We'll have a nice giveaway, and the way that the channel's been growing here, especially like this month, and and even last month, it's just been nice and steady, and so very cool. And so it will probably be sooner rather than later that we're gonna hit that 100,000 subscribers. So it'll be like I said, the tattoo, STD tattoo, will go on me at that point, and also we have Matthew doesn't know what STD means. No, Matthew, that's not what STD means. You are wrong. So, but anyway, yeah, we'll have a good time with that. It'll be a lot of fun. So, anyway, so I want to thank my moderators who do just an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. I really appreciate you folks. And you've been sticking with me ever since I got on here and started doing this, and very much appreciate what you guys do. So thank you so much for that. It means a lot to me. I also want to thank all of you for being in here. And you know what? Oh my God, we didn't even do STD, or not? No, I'm sorry, we didn't do where's everybody from. Look at me. See, I'm like completely off base. Okay, I'm going to do that part now, but we're going to come back to the other part. Let's do. So I know, where's Philip? Randy Romines, where's Philip? He's not watching tonight. Where we are Legion. Sorry guys, I got off the track. I got all talking like I normally do. We are Legion. We are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. Um, where's everybody from tonight? We have Central Iowa, Dallas, Texas, Michigan, Central Pennsylvania, Ecuador. Very cool. Welcome to the chat. South Australia, South Dakota, Colorado, Kentucky, BC, Canada, North Highlands of California, Auburn, California, Raleigh, North Carolina, Newfoundland. Welcome. Nowhere, Oklahoma, Franklin County, Ohio, Troy, North Carolina, North Central Texas, uh, Lake East, Ohio. It's frigid, I'm sure it is. Waterloo, New York. Let's see, northwest of Nashville. We have Georgia in the house. The UK is here. Thank you for being here. Fort Worth, Texas. Ulster Park, New York. West Virginia, Hill Valley. I missed that one. I knew it was Hill Valley, but I didn't see the rest of it. Alabama, Roll Tide, of course. Denver, Colorado. East Texas. Let's see, Christmas Valley, Oregon. Gatlin, Pennsylvania. Beech Grove, Indiana. Oregon. Southwest Florida. Camp Casey, Korea. Oh, very cool. Glad you're here, brother, and thank you for serving. Uh, Flat, Florida. Yeah, that is definitely Flat, Florida. Hill Valley, California, Montana, Daphne, Alabama, Aurora, Colorado. We have Short Creek, Kentucky, the United Kingdom. Very nice. Glad you're here. Cape Cod, Los Angeles, California. Tasha, glad you're here. St. Augustine, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Temple, Arizona. Let's see. We have Massachusetts in the house. Harrisburg in Florida. Or no, I mean Pennsylvania. Harrisburg's in Pennsylvania. Sorry, guys. Vegemite land. The land down under. Very nice. Glad to see you here. Northern Arizona. We have West Virginia's in the house as well. So, again, guys, we're all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge family. We're a huge network of people. We're the ones that can make a difference now. We have Mesa, Arizona as well, with Yvonne. Glad you're here. Uh, we're the ones that can make a difference now and especially after because we are ready. We can share knowledge and we can help people out when that time comes. We have Phoenix, Arizona in the house. Always reminds me of that joke, Pahonix. It was a NASCAR thing. It's something me and Richie used to do all the time. It was freaking hilarious. So, so whenever I see Phoenix, I think of Pahonix. So, interesting thing. We have Montreal, Quebec, Canada is also in the house. So, guys, you know, what are we at? 475. Okay, I'm going to do my last spiel like I normally do right now. Let's get that up to 500 before we jump off here tonight. Had a smaller crowd today, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And I really didn't stay on topic for literally the whole stream, and I do apologize for that. I really do. I just, I should talk about more of what the topic of the video is sometimes, but I get off on a roll, and that happens. 3 degrees there. Well, we're 5 below, my brother. Bizza Jizza, we're 5 below down here. So you're at 3, we're at 5 below. So yes, very chilly. Well, you're right up by the lake too, so it might be a little bit colder there. So if you're getting Rochester temperature, it's probably colder by the lake because I know you're up in Greece. So anyway, guys, yeah, too many squirrels, exactly. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can figure that out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Hello, baby girl. Hello. Um, Stop letting them divide us. If we could come together and work together, we could accomplish anything. It would be amazing what we could accomplish if we could come together. Put all the pettiness aside and all that type of stuff would be wonderful. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. And, it's life is short. So telling the people that you care about every day how you feel is important. Okay. The last thing, STD. So the person was asking earlier and is saying sexually transmitted disease. You are wrong. STD stands for step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are trying to do, you can do it. The only person that can stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, stay away from people that tell you what you cannot accomplish. Set realistic goals and then make them happen. And once you've achieved that goal using the STD method, right, then you set the next goal. And again, it doesn't have to be about prepping. It doesn't have to be about living off grid. It's whatever you're doing to make your life better. Whatever you're doing to make your life better. And that's what it's all about. And it's a mantra that you can use for every aspect of your life. If it's to get through high school, if it's to get through a class where you got a teacher who's a complete jerk, um, a job, if you hate this job and you're looking to get something else, whatever, just work at it methodically and it happens. But you got to work at it. Nothing comes of its own volition. Everything if you want to make something happen, you have to do something about it. All right. Guys, listen, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the support for the channel. And I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you all have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.